So I wasn't sure what strings to put on this guitar, but I'm going to finish doing the fret dressing and the fretboard dressing right now. I'm going to put 10 to 46s. I was going to put 9s on it. Then I thought maybe I'd put 11s, but problem is I hate Floyd's, and if you don't mess with that spring tension and the string and the spring tension correctly, it kind of messes things up. So we're just going to go with 10s. Okay, so this fretboard's really, really bad. I mean, if you really get to, I've tried a little bit of steel wool, scraping it, cleaning it. It's still pretty rough. I haven't even tried cleaning the frets yet. That's next. I'm gonna try this stuff from Music Nomad. It says F1. It's supposed to clean, condition, and do the whole thing at once. So let's give it a shot. Let's just leave it on for a few minutes. So we can give it a shot right now. Okay, so I've got the strings pretty much stretched out. I've got this guitar's getting there, and this is why people hate Floyd Roses. I think they get a bad rap, but they just take a long time to string up. Fretboard's been conditioned. This Music Nomad oil is actually wonderful. So this is the key step I tell everybody. So once you got the Floyd Rose, see, it's still apart. I don't have the nut on there yet, but for the most part, the strings are pretty close to being in tune. The action is a little high, but that's mainly because if you look at the bridge, remember, it's a little high. So what's the next step? The next step is we've got to put the nut back on. So we were smart, and we put that to the side over here. As you can see here, these 3 screws. So this is what's going to clamp down and keep everything in tune. Now, what I tell everyone is when you're doing this step, it's very important that for the most part, I know the guitar is pretty close to being in tune. But I also know that one thing is going to happen the moment I release my trem block. If you remember what a trem block is, it's blocking the tremolo from going back down. So as I want my Floyd Rose to be floating, as I want it to be floating, which means the moment I pull this out, the bridge is going to end up falling. It's going to yank on the strings a little bit. So it's really important that, for the most part, it's pretty much in tune. Oh yeah, one little trick. I know it's going to be a little sharp. So if you look at the height adjustments on my fine tuners, they're all pretty down. You know, they're all pretty low. Well, why is that? Well, because I want to be able to detune it, especially this high 8 one here. So here we go. Moment of truth. So I'm going to get my Allen wrench and clamp down on this bad boy here. Nice and tight. Needs to be tight enough that you don't want to get any movement from these strings. This is going to be now clamped down. So nice and tight. Okay. Everything's looking good. Don't like the way this is looking. It's looking a little weird. I'm just gonna kind of hold that there. Just kind of help it along so it doesn't do that weird thing that I was trying to do a moment ago. Okay. So it should be a little bit sharp. And then now, let's use this one for now. So we're gonna remove the trem block. Moment of truth. Sounds very sharp. So let's see how. Okay, so I got this baby all ready to go now. The Floyd Rose, as you can see, is flat, flush to the body. So that means you can go backwards, or you can dive bomb, whichever you prefer. Got a little dust on it, but that's okay. I'll clean that up. But look at the fretboard. Oh, nice and conditioned now. This F1 oil is fantastic. I got all that junk off of it. I polished up the frets. This is nice and dark. And more importantly, this baby stays in tune now.